Hello, so we're back with part 2 of 2015 Classroom in a Book, Lesson 12. So we're on page 350 and we're applying Photoshop effect. So we're going to go to the bottom and click on the text Festival. Very fun. And we're going to go to Effect, Texture, Texturize. And it's going to open up this big old dialog box. And if you're a Photoshop person, this makes sense to you. We're just going to do a command, subtract for that to view that in. This is our preview. This is where we can do the adjustments. This is where we can hide on and off. And this is where we can make the adjustments. And that's where we click OK. So you can play around with different textures. We're going to do canvas. Change the scale to 110% because that's how we should do everything. Relief 5. Light top. And again, you should play with all these effects if you want on your own time because they're really cool. They can really take your Illustrator from looking design or illustration looking flat to something cool. And as you can see with the eyeball, we can see how it adds a different texture. I'm going to click OK. And there we go. So the next part is applying 3D effects. So we're going to click on the word jazz, playing around with this text a lot. And we can make things look 3D, which is really cool. And some of the stuff you may not understand, but definitely play around with it. So we're going to go to Effect, 3D, Rotate. And a dialog box opens. In this top one, if you hover over, it tells us our X, Y, and Z. We're going to change our X axis to 10. Our Y to -20. You can see that box, how that changes in our preview right there. And our Z to 10. Perspective 0. Surface no shading. I'm going to click Preview. So take a minute, because it's rasterizing it, it's putting it into pixels. See, it says gradients we want rasterize, and it kind of shows you where things are changed there. So next we're going to do, we haven't clicked OK, we're going to click and drag the left edge of the surface of the face of the track cube, it's blue in color, to the right. And notice the text rotate as you drive. So we're going to take our thing here. And it moves. For an unconstrained rotation, you can drag the track cube, the front of the objects represented by the cube's blue face. The objects top and bottom are light gray, the sides are medium gray, and the back face is dark gray. So in this drop down for position, we're going to choose off axis front. It's going to take a few minutes to think about it. And then you're going to click OK. Now with the selection tool, click and drag the text to position it like how you see in the following figure. So it kind of moves it closer to this 3. As you notice when we click and drag it, it takes a minute because it has all those raster effects. It's got to think about it. And it's not as smooth as moving it. So definitely think about that when you're doing it. So I think that's about right. We do a Command S to save. It's going to take a minute to save. And while that is saving, we're going to talk about graphic styles. So we're on page 354. So graphic style is a saved set of appearance attributes that you can reuse. By applying graphic styles, you can quickly and globally change the appearance of objects and text. So once this is done saving, we can go to the Graphic Styles panel, Window, Graphic Styles. This will open up a dialog box. And as you can see, we have our thumbnails. This is our libraries to pull up more. It's how we can break link, new graphic, and delete graphic style. So now we're going to go into the libraries. It opens up. And we're going to choose Monster Pattern Styles. Done this before. I'm going to think about it. And as you can see, there's a bunch of cool stuff to play around with. The selection tool, we're going to select the number 3 shape in the upper left corner. I'm actually going to do I think it's this foliage. Oh, it wants this to be Alyssa 1. All right then. But the number 3 shape, what I was talking about was not the jazz. My bad. Okay, so we're going to select this 3. Oh, wait. Redo move. I did Command Z too many times. So I want that J up here. Deselect, select that 3. Make that 3 Alyssa 1. With the 3 selected, we're going to look in the appearance panel. So we're going to click on this guy. I can just, don't need that at the moment. And notice it's added that fill. And it says Path Alyssa 1 at the top and indicates the graphic style has been applied. So we're going to click the graphic styles to show that up. And with the selection tool, we're going to select the word jazz. And we're going to right click and hold the mouse button on the Alyssa 1 graphic style in the graphic styles panel. So right click or control click if you're using. So you can see right there on that thumbnail, it gives me an idea of what it looks like. And it kind of gives us an idea of what it looks like. So we're not going to apply it. All right. So next we're going to create and apply a graphic style. We're doing a lot of graphic styles. So we're going to click on the number 3 again. And in the appearance panel, and we're going to click on the Add a New Fill button. And it adds a new fill. You know, this kind of defaults to a color. This should be 3 fills kind of going on. So on page 356, we're going to make the following changes. So the top fill attribute row, we're going to select the pattern swatch named Lines. The middle fill, we're going to click the fill color and select the pattern swatch named Paper. So we're going to use Paper for that one. And then we're going to click the opacity link, so we have to kind of toggle down. And we're going to choose Luminosity from this blending mode at the very bottom. And the bottom, we're going to change it to the orange fill, Festival. So it kind of changes 3 different fills, and it kind of has this nice look to it. And I think it's really cool. So we're going to leave the number 3 selected, and we're going to click the Graphic Styles tab to show the Graphic Styles panel, and we're going to click the bottom one, we're going to click this new page right here. And it takes that graphic style that we kind of layered these different fills on and makes it its own graphic style, which is really cool. So we're going to double click this thumbnail and we're going to rename it to number. So we're going to click the appearance panel. We named it to number, and that's the pictures. So if we go back to appearance, it says number because it's kind of made all those adjustments to it. So we're going to pull up the layers panel. We're on page 357. And we're going to pull on the visibility for the background. As you can see, everything's kind of setting up. I'm going to click the lock icon here to unlock it. And with the selection tool, we're going to click the black rectangle in the background. Right there, and I can see it's indicating with that blue dot. We're going to click on graphic styles and we're going to apply number to it. As you see, our 3 kind of fades away. And we'll worry about that in a second. So on page 358, with the selection tool, we're going to find this 3 again, which is there. And look in the graphic styles panel. You see the number graphic style thumbnail is highlighted there. We're going to click the appearance panel right there, and it says path and number at the very top. We're going to click the fill row from the bottom appearance, and we're going to select the purple swatch name fill. So at the very bottom, purple one is hills, and we choose that one. You notice the path number text is no longer saying number, it just says path because we've changed it. I'm going to click the graphic styles panel to see the number is no longer highlighted because it's no longer linking it. We've made these adjustments. So the next thing we're going to do is, with the graphic styles panel open, we're going to press the Option or Alt key and drag the selected number 3 shape on the top of the number graphic style right here, and it's going to apply it. So we're holding down Alt or Option, we're clicking and hit the jazz. So it's going to take a minute because remember that does have those raster effects. So it's going to think about it. We're going to do and undo. Make sure we're just on that number 3, Alt or Option. And we're dragging down top, you notice it's at that plus sign, and we're just going to drop it there. And it changes the one behind it, and we've kind of affected it. So if we go back to appearance, it says path number. So now we're going to select the rectangle in the background that has this graphic style applied. It's got that blue outline. And we're just going to remove all this formatting by hitting clear appearance. And it's going to take it to white. And in the control panel or over here, we can change this fill to black. So we are almost done, if you can believe it. Oh, so we're on page 360, applying a graphic style to a layer. So we're going to click the target icon for the text layer in the layers panel. So we're going to click that guy. We're going to go to the graphic styles panel, which is here. And we're going to click drop shadow to apply it to everything in all the layers and its contents. And as you can see, now we have a nice drop shadow. And we're going to click the appearance. It says layer, drop shadow, contents, and it's add this drop shadow. So it says it's applied. So we're going to do a Command S to save. Got one more page. So we're going to, once it's saving, it's going to think about it.